At the end of Adana Street stood a mansion that symbolized success, discipline, and perfection. The Okoye Mansion. But before we dive into the Okoye Mansion, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss the next dark story. The Okoye family home was admired by everyone who passed through the village. Its towering iron gates and polished marble floors reflected wealth and prestige. Neighbors spoke of the family with admiration. Visitors envied their seemingly flawless life. But perfection is often the most dangerous disguise. Because some houses do not simply shelter families. They imprison secrets. And the Okoye Mansion whispered its secrets through every wall, every shadow, and every silent hallway. Amara Okoye, the eldest daughter, carried herself with calm elegance. At 23, she was known for her quiet strength and obedience. Yet behind her composed smile lived a silent storm. Her laughter had faded over the years, replaced by long moments of distant staring and hidden tears she refused to explain. Her younger sister, Felicity, was everything Amara was not. Vibrant, curious, fearlessly expressive. She admired Amara deeply and saw her as both sister and protector. But as time passed, Felicity began noticing something disturbing. Amara was disappearing emotionally, piece by piece, and nobody seemed to notice, except her. Their father, Mr. Okoye, was one of the most respected men in the community. He was known as a strict disciplinarian and a successful figure of authority. In public, he spoke with confidence and commanded admiration. Inside the house, his presence commanded silence. His footsteps alone could freeze conversations. His gaze carried warnings no one dared challenge. The family moved carefully around him, obeying rules that were never spoken, but always understood. Then their mother accepted a demanding job that required constant travel. And the balance of the home began to shift. With their mother gone for a long period, Felicity started noticing strange patterns inside the house. Doors that were always locked. Conversations that stopped whenever she entered rooms. And Amara, growing more withdrawn each day. The mansion no longer felt warm. It felt heavy. As if the air itself carried unspoken fear. Then one stormy evening, Felicity returned home earlier than expected. As she walked through the dark hallway, she heard muffled voices coming from their father's bedroom. Something in those voices made her heart tremble. She pushed the door slightly open. And what she saw changed her life forever. Felicity could not fully understand what she had witnessed. But she saw fear in Amara's eyes. A fear deeper than anything she had ever seen before. From that moment, doubt became Felicity's shadow. She began watching, listening, observing every detail inside the house. The tension, the silence, the unspoken fear. Weeks later, while searching Amara's room, Felicity discovered a hidden diary beneath loose floorboards. Inside it were fragmented writings filled with coded language, emotional confessions, and desperate attempts to describe something too painful to speak aloud. The deeper Felicity read, the darker the truth became. But before she could confront Amara, the diary vanished. Someone else had found it. Fear tightened its grip around the sisters. Their father's watchful presence grew stronger. Amara became restless, haunted by anxiety and sleepless nights. One evening, she whispered to Felicity, "Some truths destroy families." But Felicity refused to accept silence as protection. Determined to uncover the truth, she began secretly recording conversations, gathering documents, and contacting an old family friend who once worked as an investigator. Slowly, the pieces of the hidden darkness began to form a horrifying picture. This was not a recent secret. It was a legacy of fear buried for years. One violent night, as thunder shook the skies and rain battered the windows, Felicity finally confronted Amara. Years of suppressed pain exploded between them. Amara's voice trembled as she confessed the truth she had buried for so long. Words poured out like broken chains finally falling apart. Tears, fear, shame, and emotional scars surfaced all at once. Felicity held her sister tightly as lightning flashed across the room. For the first time, they were no longer prisoners of silence, but their freedom came too late. Heavy footsteps echoed through the hallway. Their father had returned. He stood in the doorway, his shadow stretching across the room like a dark omen. His voice was calm, but filled with cold fury. "You have been very busy," he said. What followed was chaos. A storm knocked out electricity, plunging the house into darkness. Fear and survival instinct took over as the sisters fled into the rain, clutching the evidence that could destroy the men who had controlled their lives. They ran through muddy streets, not away from fear, but toward the truth. By morning, the storm had passed, but a greater storm was about to begin. Felicity and Amara stood in the center of the village square. Villagers gathered around them, confused by their emotional and broken appearance. With trembling courage, Amara spoke. She revealed the truth hidden behind the perfect family image. Gasps spread through the crowd as Felicity played the recordings that confirmed everything. Shock turned into chaos. Disbelief. Anger. Sorrow. Then Mr. Okoye arrived. For the first time in his life, people stepped away from him instead of showing respect. Mr. Okoye tried to silence them with anger and authority, but Amara stood firm. "You destroyed this family long ago," she declared. The villagers demanded answers. Elders called for investigation. The respected family name collapsed in front of everyone. The illusion of perfection shattered, and the truth finally breathed. Weeks later, the Okoye mansion stood abandoned. Its gates rusted, windows broken. Silence replaced its former pride. Villagers avoided passing the house after sunset. Some claimed the wind still carried whispers from the walls. Amara and Felicity left the village, beginning a slow journey toward healing. Their past remained painful. Their scars remained real. But they had reclaimed their voices. And sometimes, exposing darkness does not erase pain, but it prevents it from claiming another victim. Because some houses whisper secrets, and some daughters are brave enough to make them scream. If you're finding yourself drawn into the shadows of the Okoye mansion, hit that subscribe button. It's a small click for you, but it's the fuel that allows me to bring these narratives to life. Tell me in the comments, do you believe Amara was a victim of her own loyalty, or was she a silent accomplice to her father's reign? I'm reading every theory. And until next time, bye for now.